G'day supporters, just around at Mum and Dad's, mucking around with the plumbing for the system. I was hoping to do a bit of a dry run for you folks today, show you some water in here and that little drain down there working. But some wombat used a rubber mallet a little bit too forcefully on the base of this drum. And I don't know if you can make it out, but just down in there is a crack. It runs halfway through the drum. Now that can be repaired easily enough if you've got the right tools. I don't have the tools. Dad said he could rig something up makeshift wise, but I'd prefer for Mum and Dad's system not to have a crack that may become a fault later on. So yeah, I've got to wait till payday to get a new filter and some other bits I'll tell you about in a minute. And this one here I'll take home, and eventually I'd like to get myself a plastic welder. So it'll just be another thing that goes into storage until I can fix it and find a use for it. The other thing I was going to do today was put in a little valve, probably around about there, that bleeds off the majority of the water from the filter into the sump tank so you don't lose it when you clean it out. I was also going to put in the cleaning spout. As for plumbing it up, we'll just go around the other side. So I was planning on using this 32mm or 1.25" pipe that screws directly into the J-bow pump. Mainly because in the past I've sized down from that 32mm or 1.25" fitting to a 25mm, and you're basically losing a heck of a lot of flow rate. Now this pipe here, this is just a little bit of a makeshift rig I was doing just to see how she goes. I don't know if you can make it out in there. Oh yeah, you can see it. There's some ribbing. All that ribbing is going to cause resistance to the flow and slow the water down. So what I've decided to do is can this idea. I'm going to buy some 32mm fittings. I've got a couple, a few bits and pieces that I've had in the past, and Dad thinks he has some too. Grab some 32mm fittings and run PVC pipe at least from the pump up to this position here, and then I'll have some sort of a couple on it just so I can dodge it around to show a few different builds, or maybe I'll make a few different standpipes, and then flow across here to the fish tank, 32mm pipe, and I'm fairly sure I do have 32mm valve somewhere left over from Paul Van's system, so that will go in there. And then yeah, I might end up having to make a couple of rises from the pump because I want to plumb this up a few different ways for videos. So yeah, there'll be another run in one of the versions that goes out there to the grow beds and then provides water to all the grow beds. So yeah, I wasn't planning on doing this today. I was planning on having a bit of a dry run, but I think it's going to be a lot more efficient and work better with the pump if we have a nice smooth bore pipe as far as we can, and have that running through the system. And I'm really kicking myself I cracked the bottom of that. Just being impatient, and gave it a gentle nudge with the rubber mallet from the bottom, and it just cracked it. I'm pretty happy with the arrangement down here though. It has the valve, the barrel union, and then that just runs up through the uni seal, if I can tilt the phone the right way, in the base there. I was actually contemplating putting a bulkhead fitting in there, but I may not, mainly because I don't know if this is going to settle more or that's going to settle more. And if it does, what may happen is we may end up with a little bit of pipe movement in here. It may not sit correctly, so I think I'm just going to stay with the uni seal for now, because it does have a little bit of flex and give and take, and because I cut the holes nice and clean and very neatly, there should be a little bit of flexibility in there before it moves the seal to the point where it may damage it or cause a leak. So yeah, I'm pretty miffed at myself for stuffing that up, but I'm sort of glad I did, because it gave me pause to sit down and think for a while. And yeah, this is a quick way to do it, but I don't want to do it a quick way, I want to do it the right way. So I'm fairly sure I only brought the one 32mm fitting because it was for the pump. I don't think I've got any down in there, so what I'm going to have to do is go back to the storage shed and rifle through the bins and containers there and see if I've got anything I can use. And yeah, the filter's going to have to wait till payday until I can grab a new one of them. But at least I can come back and do a little bit of work on the pump itself, and I might be able to manage to get a clip out of it for YouTube for the weekend. So I think I will pretty much all leave it there, folks. I do hope you're all well and happy, and I'll catch you later. Cheers, supporters.